All right, Trav. So the question is, we keep talking Mike Vrabel. And I think it's going to be Mike Vrabel.
It's cocky, bro.
You don't make this decision. Like I'm saying, I think it was made a week ago. You don't make this decision that early without knowing who you're going to get next.
Sure.
If they go and get a Mike Vrabel, or if they interview and they land a Ben Johnson, I mean, the reports are out there and it's legit. This is one of the most coveted jobs on the market because you have Drake May, you have a top 5 pick, and $132 million in cap space. This is sought after. Who do you want to hear the Patriots bringing in interviewing as a head coach candidate?
Hold up, cuz. I'm gonna fold this up so it looks like what I'm going to say it is. Ben Johnson, hi. Robert Kraft, nice to meet you. This is my son, Jonathan. Look, here's a pen. Here's a blank check. Okay? Take this pen, write a number here that you want to be paid per year. You know why? I am sick and tired. I'm Robert Kraft now. I am sick and tired of being sick and tired of having defense, 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Don't turn the ball over. Game management. No, bruh. This is 2025. Okay, my son takes notes of every game. He wants offense. Did you see Gillette towards the end of the season? A lot of empty seats. I need booties in these seats, baby. Look at this. Sean T. McGuire, we just had him on the show. He tweeted this. He was there. These are receipts, not a large crowd at kickoff. Look at all those empty seats, bruh. So what I'm going to need from you, Ben, I'm going to want for you to come in here, bring your staff. You need a GM too? Elliot, you're gone. Handpick a GM. Here's a blank check. We got tons of money to spend in the offseason. We have a top 5 pick, number 4. Maybe you heard of it. Take who you want, kid. By the way, the best part of this deal is this young stud we got named Drake May calling the plays, running the show. Go ahead. Do whatever you need, my friend. Bring us into 2025 and beyond. I'd turn into Buzz Lightyear to infinity and beyond with Ben Johnson. Now, I understand there's going to be a big portion of this fan base that says, but wait a minute, Trav. Hold on a second, man. We just had a rookie head coach, and it went to hell in a handbasket, in which I would push back. It didn't matter who took over after the GOAT, Bill Belichick. It was going to be hell in a handbasket.
Yes.
You could have gone Vrabel last year. We love Vrabel. Vrabel has head coaching experience, so he would have done a better job than Jerod Mayo. He would still have the job now, but you weren't returning to glory. You weren't winning no damn Super Bowls. You weren't going to build a dynasty again that quickly. That wasn't going to happen. Not with what Bill had left you. So now that we got that stench out of here after 1 year of mess, no one's going to hold Ben Johnson to Bill Belichick's standard because we just felt what hell feels like, okay? So now that that's over, give another rookie head coach a chance because he is the modern day NFL. Points, excitement, this great quarterback. All right, let's make it happen with Drake May. We'll see creativity and play calling. Bring us to the new age. I love Mike Vrabel. I think he'll do a great job here. But I think this idea that it's just Vrabel or bust is wrong. I think Ben Johnson could be phenomenal here. And if I'm Ben Johnson, as long as the money's right, I'm willing to come and play ball.
Look, you know what he'll do? He'll take that blank check. He'll go, hey, that's 10 figures. Billion, 10 years.
Hey, look, man, I'm writing it. What
Ben Johnson brings, I mean, experience as a quarterback's coach, wide receivers coach, tight ends coach. He's one of the most creative offensive minds. He's obsessed. What the important thing would be for the Patriots, if they bring in a Ben Johnson, there has to be the structure around him, again, to succeed. Look, this will be his first time as a head coach in the NFL. Like, there's no two ways around it. He needs more than a Ben McAdoo as the other head coach with experience on his staff.
Yeah.
He needs an associate head coach. He needs someone with experience. He needs resources around him. Because when Ben Johnson's at his best, is when he's focusing on offense and calling plays in the game. The structure needs to be there. There will be the growing pains,
yes,
but the structure needs to be there. I like it. It's Ben Johnson. It's Mike Vrabel for me. It's Liam Cohn with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But again. And Sean said it. We've spoken about it, Trav.
Yep.
This move doesn't happen this quick, this sudden after a game, without it being known well beforehand,
yep,
and without there being back channeling of a conversation with the Mike Vrabel. Oh, you are interested in the job? Like, actually, you're not using us for leverage? No, Mr. Kraft, I'm serious about that. But I need my people in the spots. All right, let's do it. Robert Kraft talks Monday at 1 p.m. Maybe later that afternoon or that night. Maybe that morning, an interview will already be conducted and done.
Yeah.
Then later that night, another. And then Tuesday. And by Wednesday, it's all wrapped up. Maybe they're waiting to see what happens elsewhere around the NFL. If coaching staffs are fired and houses are cleaned, lack of a better term.
Sure.
And who else is out there. But the Ben Johnson, I love it. You bring it in. That's the offensive mind. Because what would he thrive with? He just wants to know the direction. And that's why he stayed put at the Lions. It's part waiting for the perfect opportunity, but also he knows he can wait. He doesn't have to take any job because now the candidates are lining up like this, where if he goes into New England and they go, look, we messed up. Look, here's the GMs we have in mind. You talk with them. Who are you going to work with? This is the cap space we have. Here's the quarterback. Here are the pieces on offense you can work with. Here's an elite corner, an elite quarterback. We have you a right guard. We think we got you a center.
Yep.
Hey, that right tackle, Caden Wallace, maybe he becomes something. Maybe Lane Robinson does. You just need a left tackle. You need a wide receiver 1, a wide receiver 2. I know that's a lot. You need a tight end. But guess what? You're Ben Johnson. You can mold them and develop them. That's what's important for the Patriots if they go after him.
Yeah, I mean, listen, both of the guys we're talking about, and it sounds like you and I are on the same page in terms of either one will work here, Mike Vrabel or Ben Johnson. I guess my concern is that Patriots fans, and it's because Vrabel played here, I get it.
Yeah.
But Patriots fans are so fixated on Mike Vrabel. There's other options here. Now, you said Ben Johnson, the reason why he stayed in Detroit so long, he's waiting for a better situation, perfect situation to open up. This is perfect. You have the quarterback. You have money to spend. You have a top 5 draft pick. This is perfect. This is what you want. The other reports at that time, though, George, were that he didn't want to just be a run-of-the-mill offensive coordinator who got another head coaching job.
Yeah.
He wanted power. He wanted to be paid higher.
15 mil.
Right, than most offensive coordinators who took the job. I know this because a lot of teams were turned off by that and just like, yeah, we're out. I remember Washington pulling out of the Ben Johnson sweepstakes and going with a Dan Quinn because they didn't like all the demands that this guy was putting out there. So I say all that to say that's why I did the blank check thing, because I honestly believe we all have a price, right? But I honestly believe if the Patriots come in and they say, listen, bro, we'll pay you what you want. You can have some power here in terms of picking your staff and a GM, as you brought up. Not you are the GM, right? But you can have some power in choosing what you want here, and we'll pay you what you want. And, oh, by the way, you have Drake May, cap space, and a top 5 pick. I mean, I think Ben Johnson is a fantastic hire. So that's all I want to do, George, is just expand the minds a bit of Patriots fans. I personally think Vrabel is a better fit where the Bears are right now. I think Vrabel's a better fit for that team and that franchise, and Ben Johnson for where the Patriots are right now. Present day is all I'm talking about. He's a better fit here than even Mike Vrabel.
I don't know. I would say Ben Johnson better off with the Bears because you have Kevin Warren, the president of football ops, Kevin Poles, the general manager.
Veterans.
Caleb Williams, a quarterback. You have 2 tackles. You need to fix the interior offensive line. DJ Moore, Roma Dunze, Montez Sweat, and then you have Jalen Johnson. Like, those are all pillar positions you have checked literally everywhere at every spot. So I think Ben Johnson stepping into a situation like that, which is more ready to go, is better for him than Mike Vrabel. The type of leader he is, he can rebuild a program like he has to with New England.
Okay, let me tell you why I think he's a better fit in Chicago. Let me at least give you the genesis why I think that.
Go ahead.
Caleb Williams. I don't believe a first-time head coach is going to work. You remember we had Mike Lombardi on at some point throughout the season, we threw that. I guess it would have been after Eberflus got fired.
Yeah, it was.
And we kind of asked him, like, what will work there? And he said it's got to be a strong-willed person. It can't be not saying Ben Johnson isn't, but it can't be someone who's so green. It can't be someone who comes in trying to figure things out. It's got to be an established, big personality coach, George.
Yeah.
Vrabel, I think, in Chicago is that personality for Caleb. Whereas Ben Johnson, smart, innovative offensive mind, that could clash. Caleb and him could clash in theory, where Vrabel's ain't going for that. And we know it. Drake May can be coached by anyone. He's just proved that. So that's why I think Ben Johnson here can be more innovative and work with a Drake May as opposed to a Caleb who could be a little more prickly and tougher to deal with and tougher to coach than a Drake May.
Yeah,
that's why I say that.
If you get Caleb seeing the field right and you get the best out of him, I don't think that kid's going to care.
I'm just saying personality. No, that's where I was coming from.
Yeah, and I get it. I think end of the day, the priority has to be football. You go, Caleb, this is Ben. He's the greatest offensive mind, not named Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Matt LaFleur. The greatest offensive mind in the league.
Right.
You listen to him. When he says where to throw the ball and when, that's what you do.
Yep.
And Caleb will do it a little bit like, whoa, receiver's there. He's wide. Yeah, I got you, man. Hey, ride with me. I got you, man.
Yep.
Where I think with the gravity, the weight that Mike Vrabel has behind him, the experience, the presence he carries, there's such a void of leadership in New England. It is so apparent. The lack of accountability. Like Ellie Wolf, naming a player, throwing assistant coaches under the bus. Jerod Mayo, throwing his offensive coordinator under the bus. Naming names when he says he's not going to name individual players, and then naming Kayshon Boutte. There needs to be leadership and culture established. Mike Vrabel, that's why he's the guy the Patriots have to get, where a Ben Johnson will flourish in a place like Chicago. And you know what? Maybe Ben Johnson could have worked here, Trav. You go back a year ago when there were still remnants of a culture. Right. But it's so down, and you have to hit the reset buttons just all over now.
Sure.
Completely get rid of the Belichick stuff. You have to completely redo the culture.
Yes.
That maybe it wouldn't work now. It would be tough, first time head coach. But again, and I go back to, we could talk about head coaches till we're blue in the face, Trav. It's more than who the head coach is. Yes. It's more than who his coaching staff is.
Yep.
Who is leading the football decisions? Who is leading the football operations?
Amen.
Who is leading the personnel department? And how much resources are you actually... Is a head coach coming in? Does Mike Vrabel have one hand tied behind his back?
Right.
And he's told, hey, go win 6 Lombardis? Or is he actually given the full need that any head coach in the NFL has to succeed? Absolutely. I think that's the important one.